Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm not even in my own space, so the background's completely different. I've actually found it so hard recording just not in my house, but I needed to get my video out. I needed to put this video out for everyone, so yeah, I'm just gonna get on with it. Again, today is a video that I'm doing about dealing with negative emotions. Again, I know we're all perfect. No, I'm not perfect. I definitely deal with negative emotions, and in the last couple of years it's something that I've really been trying to understand and work through, because I think we live in like a society where everything looks so good, insta ready, everyone's beautiful. Do you know what I mean? And people are like embarrassed to speak about these things. I feel a lot like we're kind of made to feel ashamed of our emotions, especially if they're negative. And I know that if I go through it, I know for a fact that other people go through it as well. I've definitely spoken to people that have said to me like, yeah, I think this, I think that. I'm like, me too, like, oh my god. So it's one of those things where it's completely natural. I would say it's something not to be ashamed about. I definitely have carried shame for my negative emotions, and it made it worse. That carrying the shame of it, I was beating myself up at feeling these emotions that it wasn't great. Like, it wasn't great. And I think when it comes to your emotions, if you don't express them, if you don't deal with them, they manifest into other things like depression, anxiety, do you know what I mean? Irrational fears. So it's just best to kind of deal with your negative emotions. Again, there's so many negative emotions. You know, you've got anger, you've got jealousy, you've got fear, you've got insecurity. There's just so many emotions, and some of them are high and some are low. So for me, for the last couple of years, I've just been trying to work on getting a balance of that, and just I won't ever be able to get rid of my emotions. Negative emotions, definitely will never be able to get rid of them. But I've been trying to do is learning to manage these things, because I feel like they dragged me around a lot in my adolescence up to my 20s, and it started to affect my life in not such a good way. And I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I don't think anyone does. But there's days when I don't get that right. Like yesterday, I lost something and I literally like lost my cool. I wasn't angry or anything, but I was just getting so emotional, so emotional. And I realised, because I tried to be as self-aware as I could, and my little sister was around me. And then when I kind of calmed down a little bit, she said to me, oh, are you back in a good mood? And it made me feel awful. It made me feel so horrible, because I thought, your emotions affect other people around you as well as it affects you. Definitely, they'll definitely affect you, but they affect other people. And I was like, yeah, I'm in a good mood. And I felt really embarrassed. Like, for, I'd say, a good half an hour, I felt so much shame. Again, another emotion. I felt so much shame because my little sister had to experience that with me. And then I just made a conscious decision, because she's young. I made a conscious decision to say to her, like, I am sorry for how I was acting when I lost whatever I lost earlier. And I did it. I just went, when we left out, I just said, I'm really sorry for how I acted when when I went off earlier. And she didn't say anything, and I was like, did you hear me? And she was like, yeah, I heard you. But I felt really proud of myself, because I think one thing that will definitely get you through your negative emotions is being accountable for them. So if you can say to someone, I'm sorry I spoke to you like that, I'm sorry I acted in this way when this happened, it definitely makes such a big difference. It takes that weight off your shoulder, and it takes the power away from that emotion. Definitely, that's what I think anyway. But I would say, when you are feeling in a negative way, just take time for yourself and think, why am I feeling like this? Acknowledge that emotion, because you need to understand it. You can't fix something you don't understand. You can't do nothing with it if you don't understand it. So I would say, take some time, acknowledge it. Why am I feeling sad today? Why am I feeling angry today? Why am I feeling jealous today? Why has that person caused me to feel like that? Do you know, sometimes we see someone and we're like, anyway, but you do need to check yourself, because why is someone, you know, building an emotion up in you like that? And a lot of the time it's inside, it's something inside. So we do have to learn to check ourselves and deal with those emotions, but you just have to acknowledge it. And every time you acknowledge it, just be kind to yourself, and don't beat yourself up, because I used to think I was such a bad person because I felt this and I felt that, and I was trying to suppress my emotions, so they weren't being managed very well. So just ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? And then once you kind of find out why you are feeling like that, you go on to start dealing with it. Again, there's a range of different emotions. So if you want to deal with it, you could, you know, go to a friend, speak to a friend that you trust. I've definitely made the mistake of speaking to people who I shouldn't have shared things with, and then again that brings me to another place where I'm anxious, I'm worried, I'm scared because I've confided in the wrong person. So I would say your emotions are very fickle things, so be careful who you confide in. Just be careful who you confide in, because it can have such a bad effect on you, and what's a heavy emotion for you, what's a low point for you, might not be. So do speak to people who really honour and respect how you feel and who you can confide in. Again, guys, if you ever want to confide in someone, honestly, just message me. I would never, ever, 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 ever speak or just ever speak about information that someone's given to me. So if you want to speak to someone, please just message me, because I hate the thought of someone feeling alone. That makes me feel so sad. So yeah, speak to a friend if you can, but also if you're going to speak to a friend, always check with your friend if they can carry that weight, because as well as you're going through something, a lot of our friends are going through things too, and they're not telling us. Do you know what I mean? So do check with your friend, like, can I speak to you today? Can you carry this? Is this, you know what I mean? Mentally, are you ready to carry a weight with me? And sometimes they're not, and that is okay. Again, if you can't speak to a friend, I would definitely say seek professional help, get therapy. There's therapies online. You can go to the NHS, there's therapies in your local area. So just do your research and see what's best for you. Again, it's not for everyone, but I think there's no shame in speaking to someone, because these people, they're not there to fix our lives. They can't fix your life, but they're there to help you to manage these things and teach you. So it's like going to a school for your emotions. So it's just like basically going to someone who can teach you to manage those better, so you can be the best version of yourself. So your well-being, your mental health, everything is well taken care of, and literally that's what we want. Another thing I would do is journal. Oh my god, I've journaled since I was like 10 years old. I had a diary. God, I've literally had a diary since I was like really young, because I moved from Jamaica when I was young, and I really feel like it's so weird now I think about it. I feel like your body kind of sends signals, because I feel like looking back at that child that I was, I think I really needed to journal and write my emotions down, because I didn't feel like I had anyone that I could speak to. And I don't know where it came from, where I started to write my feelings down, but I've always written my feelings down because I missed home. I was homesick. It was a new place. It's making me feel emotional speaking about it, but I've always like written down how I felt, and then I fell off that a bit when I started to, you know, become a cool teenager and get a bit older. And then I started again in my 20s, and I've just always like journaled how I felt. And sometimes when you write, then you read it back, it all makes sense to you. It kind of puts into place where the emotion is coming from. And I feel like your body is speaking to you, so listen to it. The signals that you're getting, feel it. If you is constantly feeling angry, if you're constantly feeling jealous, if you're feeling overwhelmed, do you know what I mean? You're feeling just lots of regret, feeling lots of shame. That your body, I feel like your brain is sending a signal off into your body to say, you know, something isn't right here. We need to check these emotions. We need to deal with these emotions. And I just think in that way, you can definitely just slow down, listen to your body, and kind of do what's best for you in that way. Yeah, so definitely, again, I'm not an expert. I'm just a person who has been through some things, and I feel like going through these things, I really feel like I can help someone. I'm not perfect at it, so this is just a journey for me to journey with you as well, and I hope it helps someone. But I'm not perfect. I have bad days. My emotions still affect people around me, but I always try to take accountability, and I try to be self-aware. So I feel like working on myself now as a 28-year-old woman, I feel like the work will the work will show in time, because I don't want to get to, do you know, I want kids and I want a family. I don't want to be like a wife or be a mom and my emotions are messing my kids up or messing my partner up. I just don't want to be that person. You know, so I feel like putting the work in for yourself, even though it is embarrassing, you might feel embarrassed. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. It might be so hard because a lot of us have been through things that we can't just openly speak about. We can't just be, you know, completely open about because of the shame it carries, because of the pain it carries. But I do think it is important to kind of address these emotions for a better life for yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. My next video is going to be out next week, Sunday. So I'm trying to do it once every week, and hopefully in time I start to do more. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope everyone has a great week, and I'll be back in my normal spot next week. Okay, bye.